Here's the full story based on the outline and theme you approve it. I watched from the corner of the living room as she crouched near my daughter, her words like a soft but insistent wind, coaxing the child toward an impossible choice. The iPad in my daughter's hands felt heavier than it should have, not because of its weight, but because of the expectation pressing on it. Your cousin deserves it more, my mother-in-law said, smiling as if generosity could be demanded. My daughter's eyes flickered between us, hesitant, unsure. Small hands clenching the gift I had saved months for. I had known moments like this before, though never so pointed. A small memory flitted through me, a birthday party years ago. My husband's mother leaning over the cake to rearrange the seating, the subtle undermining so normalized that no one had noticed. Back then, I had stayed quiet. I had swallowed my irritation and smiled. Today, I wondered if silence could still serve me or my child. My daughter's lips pressed together. Her excitement dimmed into a confused hesitation. I could see the internal debate mirrored in her small, earnest face. The cousin, equally eager but oblivious to the tension, leaned forward with bright anticipation. The contrast struck me sharply. The innocence of a child pulled into adult power dynamics, a simple gift twisted into a test of loyalty. My chest tightened, a slow pressure that demanded measured response rather than impulsive reaction. I opened my mouth once, then closed it. Words felt inadequate. Instead, I moved closer, a quiet presence rather than a challenge. My eyes met hers, not pleading, not confrontational, just steady. My daughter's hand shifted slightly, seeking mine. The weight of that small touch grounded me. I remembered the countless times I had let similar tensions pass, and for the first time, I decided that the precedent would end here. Then my husband spoke. His voice was calm, deliberate, each word carefully measured. No, she keeps it. You can't take something that's hers just because you think someone else deserves it more. The room fell into an unnatural silence. My mother-in-law's face, which had carried that practiced expression, a gentle persuasion, drained of color. Her mouth opened, closed, and opened again, but no words came. She had not anticipated a boundary so direct, so immediate, and so united. My daughter exhaled softly, a breath of relief I almost missed. She clutched the iPad closer, eyes meeting mine with a tentative smile. I realized then how subtle gestures and a single aligned voice could reshape the room's energy. There was no shouting, no dramatics, just a quiet shift in authority that left the imbalance exposed. The aftermath was slow. My mother-in-law moved to another room, muttering or perhaps reflecting. I could not tell. My husband sank onto the couch beside me silent, and I leaned against him, feeling both the warmth of support and the lingering tension that nothing was fully resolved. Power had shifted, yes, but not erased. Emotional ripples still moved beneath the surface in subtle glances. Quiet sighs and the fragile balance of family loyalty. I thought of my daughter, who now sat absorbed in her game, fingers gliding over the screen with untroubled joy. In that small, ordinary scene, I recognized a quiet victory, not a triumph over someone, not a spectacle, but a reclaiming of dignity for my child and myself. The lesson was clear: authority can intervene visibly, and boundaries, when carefully and calmly drawn, create space for emotional security. Later, I reflected on the day. The tension had eased, yet it had not vanished. There was an undercurrent of unease, a reminder that family dynamics rarely resolve neatly. But for now, the iPad remained with my daughter, and my mother-in-law's expectations had been silently redefined. I understood that peace in these moments was never permanent. It was earned, fragile, and to be respected rather than demanded. I sat back, watching her laughter bubble over the screen. My own chest loosened. Sometimes growth is quiet, sometimes conflict is subtle, and sometimes victories come in the form of boundaries maintained without spectacle. And in that quiet, I understood that power, when aligned with calm intention, becomes undeniable without needing to shout. Word count 1-86. This sticks to a restrained emotional realism, highlights internal conflict, and shows a visible authority-based power shift while leaving lingering tension for realism. If you want, I can now create 10 AI image prompts from this story for realistic visual representation of each key scene. Do you want me to do that next?